Welcome back to Culture and Christianity, and tonight we're talking about Christianity and herbalists. And before the break, Mr. John Nganga, we're talking about the comparison between the modern medicine and the herbal medicine.
Yeah, we started by saying that herbal medicine suffers with its research methodology. That because there are no rules, not that there cannot be, but most of the people just research in the go to the forest, try this, try that. It means that human beings sometimes are used as the guinea pigs, the testing things. So you die, then he knows it's not a good medicine. You survive, he knows it. And we said modern medicine, the advantage of it is that they are control modalities that are legal, that require that you don't try your medicine on human beings until it's been checked that can work on lower life. And even when you come now trying it on human beings, there is a pilot, there is a control system. So we said modern herbal medicine has that weakness. Modern medicine has the advantage of that. Then the second thing is modern medicine requires that your claims are tested by equally qualified people. And if the result they get do not compare with what you claim, then the Poison Medicines Board will not clarify, do not allow your medicine. The chief pharmacist will not approve that your medicine is used in Kenya if somebody else cannot test. And that's one of the problems we have with a lot of these many herbs. Some are coming from China, some from America, and they really have come bombarding us with healthy way of eating. Healthy way of living. You are told 3 cups of this, 2 cups of that. And I had a professor friend of mine, whom we asked, is it okay to take all these many things that are being sold? And many of them are being sold by Christians. And he said, he can't say or yes. Somebody asked him to endorse the medicine. And he said, I'm not refusing. Just give me the literature. Because a lot of the literature that are coming with these chemicals that are being sold everywhere, especially most of them are being sold what we call multi-level system. Most of them, the research is done by the manufacturer. So that's what he brought to the professor. He said, no, this is what I'm not after. Get somebody else other than you who has researched on your medicine so that we can say it's peer reviewed, and then I will approve your medicine. They never came back. Which means the big weakness about these things is that they are not willing to have an independent check on, and since it's a science, it's not a spiritual issue. Yeah. Why are you not just use the science? If it can work in one form, it can work in another. So just allow somebody else to check. So you can see a lot of these non-modern medicine or alternative medicine is being called, is trying to bypass the scientific requirements. I'm told, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor either, but I'm told they are trying to bypass it. And because it works on many people, they say it should be okay. Now, if you know it works on many people, then you should not fear handing it over to the chief pharmacist to also test either of this kind, or get to the one in the US. If you are coming from US, get the one in China to test your medicine so that it's okay. Now, so you can see the major issue is that a lot of the herbalists mix science with the belief system, so that it's more of a belief system behind the medicine than science. And that's what makes it very difficult for us to continue with that route. So if your question is to compare modern medicine and herbs, already I say they are comparable because in both cases, many of them are herbs. Even modern medicine are herbs. It's only they have discovered ways of packaging the item so it doesn't look like a herb, but it's a herb. Now, so they are common. Both of them are common. Both of them claim to heal certain diseases. It's okay. But they differ in the methodology of arriving at them. And it means that until the herbal medicine agrees to follow the process that modern medicine follows, it will always be a class group. Let's agree that even herbal medicine heals many diseases. So that healing is not the issue, but the risks involved are very high. Unless you want to be used as Bahati Nasibu, trial and error. If you really want something where the chief pharmacist who has been given the power by the nation of Kenya to approve, we need to be aware. Of course, our prayer is that you will not also approve until he has followed the due process. But let me tell you one more thing. If you listen to an advert by an herbalist, they claim to be able to heal every disease, and their medicines have no side effects. Of course, that's not true. And people know. Many people start with going to a herbalist. Then they get worse and worse. Maybe it's cancer and you keep getting worse and worse. When you are about to die, you are taken to Nairobi Hospital or to Kenyatta Hospital. Now, you're already so sick, the doctor doesn't know what to do with you. But it's all because you wasted a lot of your time with somebody who was trying it on you. So that claim that you can heal every disease. Now just go to modern medicine. I think it's a requirement of the World Health Organization that whenever you give prescription medicine, you must give a sheet of paper, what is called material safety data sheet, that tells you about the medicine. What I find very interesting is that the doctor prescribes the medicine to me, I get that piece of paper, and it says something like this: 10% of the people who take the medicine normally go mad. I said, surely. Okay. You go back to the doctor and say, how can you give me a medicine like that? He says, no. The value is higher than the risk. But the World Health Organization requires and not be told the truth about the weakness. Now, so all modern medicine, they are required. Obviously, any marketer would never write something like that. They only write because it's a must.
Yeah.
So you can see you are taking a very big risk when you go to a medicine that never talks about the side effects, never talks about what can go wrong. It only talks about what is right. And yet human bodies are complicated. So there must be, when they were testing, they must have seen what's not right. So in comparing the two, you can see clearly, as long as you are talking about pure herbal medicine, they are comparable, but the process is not comparable. However, to repeat what I said at the beginning, herbs, a lot of herbalists claim something beyond the herbs. And that claim is not a claim that subscribes to the Bible. So when you are a biblical Christian, it will be difficult to take some of those herbal medicine when the owner already claims to be in another religion, claims some belief system you don't subscribe to. So by the time you take his medicine as a Christian, people who see you go there think you also believe like him. So I'll resist going to a herbalist, not because there's anything wrong with the herbal medicine, but because I do not want the weak brother, Romans chapter 14, the weak brother to be lost. In entering there, he sees me taking the herbal medicine and knows that the herbalist is also some kind of a religious figure, knows that his religion is not my religion, and mistakes my going there to be subscribing to that other religion. And yet, in an earlier program, we say Christianity is exclusive. I would rather die rather than get help from another religion. That means I cannot go to somebody claiming some demonic powers, even if the truth is you heal me, but you heal me as I go to hell. I love heaven so much, I would rather die rather than start getting involved in witchcraft and divinity and things like that for my healing. But maybe we need to look at that in another program in the future.
This is Culture and Christianity, and tonight we're talking about Christianity and herbalist. Final question, Mr. John Nganga. Is modern medicine necessarily a Christian?
I think from what I've said so far, it is very clear that modern medicine is just science. Just like herbal medicine is science. The positive thing about modern medicine is that it does not claim any spiritual powers. therefore is innocent. My answer to your question then is, modern medicine is not Christian. You can be born again, taking herbs as you go to heaven. You can be born again, take modern medicine as you go to heaven. What you take does not determine your spiritual condition. However, I said earlier, if the person, the medicine is connected with some religious beliefs and you take it, first of all, there will be a problem of being mistaken for subscribing to that religion. Therefore, you are likely to go there. And even if it was modern medicine and they start claiming certain things, you would have to refuse. So modern medicine in itself is not more Christian than herbal medicine. You can take either as a Christian, but what's connected with it is the issue. For example, somebody wants you to do abortion through a chemical. In other words, you have a body in your stomach, and then they tell you that if you take this medicine, you'll be able to flush the baby out. It's still modern medicine. They have come up with it following the right systems, but unfortunately, if you subscribe and do abortion through that medicine, it makes modern medicine evil. Because we should not be getting to where we allow anybody to murder babies that are already created by God. Remember, according to the Bible, life begins with conception. So if you kill a baby that is not yet born, you are as much as a murderer as if you killed Nganga. So it's not. So you can see even modern medicine or euthanasia. You are trying to apply medicine to kill a person because he looks sick. To you, he is so sick, you'll die. We have seen God heal people. So if you are involved in modern medicine to kill people because they are crippled or they are whatever, or they are too old, or they are not useful to society, who made you? God. Because for you to determine people's death, you must be taking the role of God. So modern medicine can also be un-Christian if practiced in a certain way.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nganga. We've come to the end of our program tonight. We've been talking about Christianity and herbalists. See you next time. I'm Asikiari. Have a blessed night.